Vonage is the nation's largest provider of telephone service over the internet, and today they're announcing a new offering that brings their unlimited international calling to cell phones. The move puts Vonage in direct competition with Skype, but while Vonage currently has 2.4 million subscribers, Skype has more than 600 million. With me now, an exclusive interview is Vonage's CEO, Marc Lefar. Marc, good to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Carol.
All right, so we're going to talk about Skype in a little bit, but let's talk about who you guys are targeting and how this is going to work.
Well, the product we announced this morning is called Vonage Extensions. What it allows a customer to do is to extend their existing home or small office calling plan from Vonage to any phone, including any mobile phone. So effectively, any customer that signs on for Vonage service is no longer locked into a home or office, but can get advantage of the international long-distance calling rates that we provide anywhere from any phone, anytime.
Who are you targeting specifically in here?
So this is really for medium to heavy international long-distance customers. So we repositioned the company a couple of years ago, focused on the international market. In the U.S. alone, it's about $20 billion in revenue, $80 billion globally, and there's a large number of underserved ethnic segments in the U.S. who have friends and family that live outside of the U.S., and that's the market that we're going after.
So, Marc, but I already have to have a mobile phone calling plan with one of the major mobile operators, right? I mean, I can't just go out and buy a phone, you give me a SIM card as well.
That's correct. What you find, though, is that most of those mobile calling plans have very expensive international long-distance calling rates. Frequently 3 to 4 times what players like ourselves or calling card services would provide. Interestingly enough, despite the fact they'll charge 4 to 5 times as much, about 60% of all international long-distance calls are still being made directly through home phones, office phones, or mobile phones. So there's a tremendous savings opportunity when people take advantage of the convenience of services like we're providing.
Is this all about going after new customers or kind of holding on to your landlines and giving them extra services?
It's both. It's both. Our existing customers find that they've been asking for this to be able to have the ability to make those calls. They have significant differences in time zones when they're calling internationally. They're traveling a lot more, and their overall usage is shifting to mobile phones. So this makes our service more valuable, and we're not charging anything for this service. So the service is free. You can register an additional phone by going to the Vonage.com site, and then you'll be able to make calls leveraging your existing calling plan from your mobile phone. But for prospect customers, we think this is a real boon as well. We've got a lot of people who have been on the fence with Vonage in the past. They want to get value from international calling, but they're not doing it as much from home, so this gives them a choice.
Hey, Marc, when I think voice over IP, I do think Vonage. You've got a brand for sure on the landline side, but when I think about it involving my phone or involving the computer, I always think of Skype. I mean, they've got a big head start on you there. How do you expect to take them on?
Well, Skype's a very worthy competitor, and
is it just worthy, or is it bigger than worthy?
Well, so let's be frank. Their revenues are the same size as ours. 90% of all their revenues come from international long-distance termination to other phones, so it's similar to ours. And while they've got 600 million people who've downloaded their software, they don't actually have that many paying customers. Globally, they have 8.8 million. Who spend less than a third of what people spend with us. So it really is a fair race right now, and they're coming at it from the PC, and we're coming at it from the home phone, and we're meeting in the middle at mobile.
But definitely advantage, what you've got the Verizon Android phones coming with Skype pre-installed. I mean, that's a great advantage, isn't it?
Well,
whether or not you turn it on or decide to use it, it's there.
You know, the Skype Verizon deal that's been inked is interesting, but we haven't seen, it's got many limitations to it in terms of use and how those minutes are actually billed. We've not seen that as a real boon to adoption of our services at this point.
So how quickly do you expect to ramp up here with this?
Well, we launched today, so the service is live. You'll see television advertising starting over the next several days. Our entire existing customer base is going to be messaged over the next week, and you'll see this move its way into our overall brand positioning, as it's not just about the home, it's about no matter where you are for international calls.
You know what I want? I want a forecast. You can give us any kind of projection over 6 months from now if we're talking. How much do you expect to see people signing on to this?
Well, we'll be talking about our earnings next week, and we'll probably spend a little bit more time telegraphing where we think it might go at that point in time.
All right, we'll obviously talk more about it as well. Marc, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Marc Lefar, he's the CEO of Vonage Holdings.